Hey, do you want to learn guitar? Well, I'm going to show you how. The first thing you need to know about playing guitar is that don't make it boring and don't make it complicated. Instead, make it fun. If it's not fun, you're not going to be encouraged to play it, and if you don't play it, you'll never know how to play it. So, a lot of people make playing guitar really complicated. It doesn't have to be, and if you make it too complicated, it won't be fun. A lot of people will tell you that it takes years to learn guitar. And yeah, it takes years to be great at guitar, but just to know it, you can learn it in a couple months. Learning music theory and doing a bunch of exercises just makes it boring. And when it's boring, it's hard to learn. Instead of doing that, just learn songs. Learn songs you like. That'll make it fun, because once you learn songs that you like and you can play it to yourself and sing it to yourself and sing it to your friends and family, that's where the true beauty of playing guitar comes from. So how do you start learning songs? Well, there are 6 fundamental chords that you'd have to learn. And everything else you'll ever learn on guitar comes from those chords. So this is a great place to start. I'm going to play through these chords really quick, just so you have an idea of what they sound like. Start with E, then A, then D, then G, then C, then F. That's it. Learn those chords, and you'll be well on your way to learning how to play guitar. So now I'm going to teach those chords to you individually. First thing you need to know about learning chords is the strings and the frets. There's 6 strings on a guitar, and from the thickest and lowest string to the thinnest and highest string, it goes E, A, D, G, B, and then E. Now, for frets. These little metal wires that go all the way up and down the neck, those are frets. To play a fret, you find the fret, and you stick your finger a little behind it and then push down. See how it changes the note? That's how all the notes on guitars are played. Now when you don't fret, it's called open. That's an open A string. A, B, A. Don't worry about learning that right now. We'll go more into that in a different video. But now you know all you need to know to start learning chords. So, let's start with the first one. We got E. So E, you'll play the low E string open. Then, you'll put your finger on the 2nd fret on the A string. Then you'll put your finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, which is the 3rd one. Then you'll put your finger on the 1st fret of the G string, which is the 4th one. Then open B, and then open E. All together? Sounds nice. Now to A. A, play open E, open A, 2nd fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the G string, 2nd fret on the B string, and then an open high E. Now for D. For D, you won't play the low E or the A string. You'll start with the D string, and that'll be open. Then, you'll put your finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. Then on the 3rd fret of the B string. Then back on the 2nd fret on the high E string. Nice. Now, a lot of beginners find D hard, so don't feel discouraged if you're having a little bit of difficulties. Just keep trying, it'll come to you eventually. Same thing goes for the next chord. In fact, the next 3. E and A are a little easier, but D, G, C, and F are a lot of times kind of more difficult for beginners. So, G. G, you'll start on the low E string with your finger on the 3rd fret. Then, on the A string, finger on the 2nd fret. The D and the G strings are both open, and then you'll have your finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and the 3rd fret of the high E string. Get a good look there. It's a little hard to see with my hand in the way, but all right. Now C. C, you'll have an open E string, then you'll play on the 3rd fret of the A string. Then you'll play on the 2nd fret of the D string. The G string is open, and then you'll play on the 1st fret of the B string. Open high E, and that's C. Now we have F. Like with the D chord, you'll start with not playing the low E or A strings. You'll skip those. Instead, you'll start with your finger on the 3rd fret of the D string. Then, 2nd fret of the G string. And then on the B string and the high E string, you'll play them both on the 1st fret. That's F. So with just those chords, you can start to learn a bunch of different songs. I have friends who play guitar that don't know any chords other than those, and they're pretty good. So there you have it. A lot of songs just use those chords. So that's all you need to know to start playing guitar. If you haven't played before, it's going to be hard for you to get used to switching in between those chords. So my advice, whenever you're doing something like watching TV or just hanging out, just have your guitar with you and just switch and get used to the feeling. Soon it'll become muscle memory and you'll be able to switch really fast between all the different chords, and that's how you learn how to play songs. Hopefully this video was helpful in getting you to starting playing guitar. I hope you stay encouraged and keep going along with it. It's a really fun hobby and it's a great thing to do, both for your mind and for your mental health. Thanks for watching.